I brought with me today examples of good books to collect and the reasons why you only collect first editions or quality bindings over reprints and utility bindings. This is the first edition of The Catcher in the Rye, one of the most popular 20th century novels ever written. It is a true first edition with the $3 in the dust wrapper and the photograph of J.D. Salinger in the back. The reason you know it's a first edition in this situation is very simple, is because it says first printing on the verso of the title page. This copy of Catcher in the Rye is a book club edition. If you look at the back of the verso of the title page, you will find that there is no imprint of any edition. Also, in the way back, there's a little infinitesimal dot, which is the imprint of the book club. Anytime you see this dot on a book, you know you have a book club edition. The difference in value between these two books is this book is worth $2,500 and this book is only worth $400 because it has a fragment of the first edition dust wrapper. If it did not have the dust wrapper, it would be worth about $5. Unfortunately, this first edition has damage in the back. If this book did not have these ink stains and was in very good or fine condition, this book would sell for about $7,500. So it is essential when you're collecting to understand that dust wrappers and condition and edition are the essential evaluation points for collecting. The other items I've brought are an example of a fine binding, which is created in the late 19th century. It is an English binding. It is not signed, but is collected for its design purposes primarily, not for its content. A binding like this sells in the vicinity of about $2,000 if it's in very good condition. This is a utility binding. The value of this book is in its content, not in its binding. The binding is made either in the United States or in England. It's a full leather binding with new labels, but you can get a binding like this for a price of somewhere between $100 and $200. It is very important when you're collecting, especially if you collect leather bindings, to make sure that whoever you buy a binding from differentiates between an original fine arts binding or a custom-made binding or that of a later binding or a machine-made binding.
And we don't even know